And hello, my name is Bishop Lawrence F. Wright of Greater Harvest Church International, and greater is in you. So, the Job Project. We started off with the Job Project, and we covered some things. Let's go over what we covered. Number one, we knew that Job was blameless. Job was upright. Job was a man of integrity. Job was the richest man around his time, during his time. And most of all, Job was so blameless that he was innocent to the fact or to the point of he could have been considered a sacrificial lamb. Now, there's a lot that can go into that moving forward in time to the point of Jesus Christ, and Job being a precursor, or what they would say in the acting realm, a foreshadow of things to come in regards to Jesus Christ being a sacrificial lamb. But I'm not going to go there for the sake of time, because these videos are short and I want them to be short so that you can take this nugget, kind of chew on it, and go on about your business. Amen. So now, Job chapter 1 verse 6, and I read, "Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord." So now we all of a sudden see a shift from earth to heaven. We're no longer talking about Job. We know who Job is. We know what Job has done or what God has blessed him with. We know all of that stuff. So now that there's a shift. So in this shift, we now see there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. Stop. Who are these sons of God? Who are these sons of God? Let's find out who these sons of God. The sons of God is talking about heavenly angels, the created beings of God. So, in essence, God had a conference, a holy conclave, all right? And so, all of them present themselves before the Lord to give a report of what's going on in their area, in their regions of responsibility. Amen? And look who shows up. Satan also came along with them. So that lets you know right now that Satan still has access to heaven. Okay? He has access to heaven. He has access to God. And he does this day and night, persecuting you and I. All right? He's persecuting and saying, see, this person is no good. He's never going to believe you. He's going to continue to sin. That's all that Satan does. All right? So, let's keep moving. So Satan also came along with them. The Lord said to Satan, "From where do you come?" Where you coming from, Satan? Who let you in? No, he didn't even ask who let you in. He asked where you coming from. And he said, "From roaming about on the earth, walking around it." From roaming, what does the adversary seek to do? He roams about back and forth, seeking whom he may devour. Now, he's doing this out of haste. He's roaming the earth and he's walking around it. That lets you know that he is not ever present. He is not omnipresent. He is not all powerful, because he's walking about from place to place, looking whom he may devour next. All right. And the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job?" Stop. The adversary looks for whom he may devour next, and God gives him one person to deeply consider. Have you considered Job? What brought all of this about? Why would God even bring up Job's name in the first place? Something to think about. I can tell you what brought Job into the conversation was because he feared for his children. See, when they were out doing their partying and all that other stuff, and afterwards Job would then pray for them, pray to God on their behalf, make sacrifices and burnt offerings for them, when they should have been doing it themselves. And so that opens up the door for God to then say to Satan, who's been looking for somebody else to try to make him fall like he did Adam and Eve, by saying, have you considered my servant Job? So that's what I said. Job is totally innocent in this process. Job doesn't even know this conversation is taking place. And a lot of times in our lives, when all hell breaks loose, we're absolutely innocent of an incident or of a matter, not realizing that God is calling things into play. He already knows that the outcome is going to be, even though we may have to go through some mad, crazy, bananas suffering, God already knows the outcome. And we just have to hold on to God. And in this case, Job is totally innocent, just like a sacrificial lamb would be. Totally innocent, not even knowing that they're getting ready to get sacrificed. So, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, NFL fans around the world, on this little tidbit right here, from Job chapter 1, verse 6, down to chapter 8, we know that the conversation changes from earth to heaven, that God is holding a conference, a conclave. All the sons of God, or the angels, sons of God or angels of God, God's created beings, are showing up to give a report, almost like a State of the Union address. And they're giving a report to God of the things that they have done, the responsibilities that they are that they are held accountable for. And Satan shows up too, because at one time he was an angel of light. And so he shows up to this conference as well to give a report to God. He says, hey, I've been going back and forth looking for somebody to make fall. And that was when Job's name came into this private meeting, so to speak. We also know that when God said, have you considered Job, in verse 8, he also says, for there is no one like him on earth, a blameless and upright man, fearing God and turning away from evil. So he's letting you know right there, he's one of mine. He's blameless, he's upright, he fears me, and he turns away from evil when he sees it. Okay? Verse 9, then Satan answered the Lord, does Job fear God for nothing? In other words, he's saying, yeah, he fears you. Yeah, he's blameless. Yeah, he's upright. You're blessing him. Let me take away these blessings. Let's see how much he fears and loves you and praises you. That's what he's saying to God. He goes on in verse 10 to say, have you not made a hedge about him and his house and all he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands and his possessions, and have increased his possessions in the land. But, verse 11, put forth your hand now and touch all that he has, and he will surely curse you in your face. Remember Trading Places? I can close the book down. Remember Trading Places? And remember they made that little $1 wager on Eddie Murphy to see who was gonna win this $1. Would he conform to this way, or would he transform and go this way? Trading Places. Trading Places. This is classic Trading Places. So, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, NFL fans around the world, I want you to think about this short passage that I just read, and think about the hell that you've gone through. And a lot of times you've been absolutely innocent. There was nothing that you did, nothing that you could have done, You just happen to be doing the right thing. And so God says to Satan, have you considered my child? He's blameless. He or she are blameless and upright. And I guarantee you, he's not going to fall to you. So guarantee yourself that you're not going to fall to it. Amen. We'll move on forward on the Job Project, going into part 3, sometimes during the latter part of the week. Amen. God bless you. Have an awesome day. And may God be with you. And may you stay God strong. Peace.